who you are really, but they're not your friends. They secretly want to be you. They want to know why you get X, Y, and Z and they don't. And honestly, that's none of their fucking business. Your partners may treat you like you're flawed or selfish, mainly because of who you are and how you are, and what you desire. Person with this placement has an underlying sexual chemistry about them. Like, no matter what you do, people just feel sexual energy, sexuality, sensuality oozing off of you. Even if you're not a sexual person, whether or not you are or not, there's always a strong sexual energy about you. The way you carry yourself, the way you speak, the way you think. People get that off of you, and that can attract certain types of partners that you wouldn't normally go for because they see something that they want from you, but you are just being your own self because of your Lilith nature. So most people will perceive you to be hypersexual or a freak in the sheets, even if you've never said anything sexual to them, even if you've never acted in that manner around them. Your energy, no matter what you try to do, reeks sex, reeks fluidity. I have Lilith in the 7th house, and I can tell you, I have had people that I have never met a day in my life ask me if I would peg them. I've had women come up to me, ask me to be in a threesome with her and her partner. The list goes on. And I used to chalk it up to like, oh, well, you know, I'm an understanding person. Like, I never judge anyone for their preferences. Like, okay, if someone says I'm into X, Y, and Z, I'm like, okay, tell me more about it. And I think that understandingness and open receptivity to other people's interests and kinks may make them think like, oh, well, maybe she's into it too. And whether I'm into it or not is only the business between me and my sexual partners. But as a person with Lilith in a 7th house, more than likely people will see you as an open, free-spirited, fluid individual. Your potential partners may become utterly obsessed with you. People with this placement have the ability to make the person that you're interested in, or the person that you're not interested in that's interested in you, leave their current partner for you. Or you have the capability of being in a love triangle with a person. So you might not really want something serious. So you're dealing with someone that's already in a relationship, or get entangled in some kind of situation where the person is ping-ponging back between you and another person. But usually in this type of situation, that person will leave their partner for you. They will choose you over their partner each time. Also, potential partners will go out of their way to show their value to you, whether that means like taking you out to fancy dates, like being extra attentive, extra charismatic, just showing their best qualities, just throwing them at you at all times, but also respecting your mind, because they know once they have you, you already have this sexual energy that they will have the best time of their lives. Like, they just already have it convinced in their mind that this is a very open sexual person, and I want to be with this type of person because they make me feel desired. On the other end of the spectrum, your partner may make you feel shame around your desire. They may make you feel shame around wanting to have sex with them, which sucks. And I know it sucks because it happened to me. I had an ex tell me one time, I'm not a human dildo. And I wanted to punch him in his fucking face, honestly, because how dare you? We're engaging in this activity and you say you're not a human dildo. Just say that you don't have the stamina for me. Like, that would be better. People with this placement tend to attract emotionally unavailable people, older men, which is a whole nother story, and self-sabotaging partners. Okay. If you have this placement, you may have a tendency to change completely for the other person, to fit the other person's needs and interests, and that comes with the 7th house energy being ruled by Libra, and Libra is all about balance and harmony. So a person with this placement will usually take on the identity of their partner without fully knowing it, and it becomes super codependent, and it's not healthy, especially if this portion of your chart is unhealed. If you haven't like truly channeled your shadow side and embrace your Lilith nature, you may have a tendency to be in codependent relationships because you haven't taken the time to assert your own independence, because truly what you want is your own. You really want to be respected for your own interests and ideas and needs and wants. Meaning that your partners are intentionally doing this. The partners are unaware that they're siphoning your energy, or that they're even taking a lot away from you, because you are trying to do your best to fit the mold, because you actually want to be with someone. You actually want to be in a healthy, long-term, like romantic relationship like everyone else. Like you look at other people's relationships and you're like, why can't I have that? Like you look at other people and it's like, it seems so easy. But I'm here to tell you, like, relationships are hard for everyone. Like there is no secret handbook. It's just that certain placements have less resistance than others and less lessons to learn than others. It's just so happened that our placement have a little bit more work to do when it comes to promoting independence, and also staying away from people with ill intentions for you. Once you're healed, if you have this placement, once you're healed, it is extremely easy to set a healthy boundary in your relationships and partnerships instead of drowning in the needs of your partner. Your true desire is to have your own needs met and not just fulfill your partner's needs. When your relationships end, you're usually shunned by everyone on your partner's side. So be it their family, friends, associates, colleagues. You're usually the one that's shunned. You're usually the scapegoat. You're usually the person that gets the fucking brunt end of the stick. I don't know how else to put it. And that's typically because your partner is usually charismatic and popular, and they don't know the depths. Like the people around your partner, they don't actually know them. You got to know that person better than anyone else. You got to see their dark nature, and so it's easy for you to be the person that gets the bad rep usually on the end of the relationship, because everyone just sees how sporadic or crazy or however you acted when you try to express your own needs and desires, and they acted like the victim typically. And there's no right or wrong person. It's just the way that the relationship failed is usually in a toxic manner, because if this part of you is unhealed, it's going to manifest as a toxic relationship. So there's no right or wrong person, because these people do not know the full story. They don't even know the full extent of the person that they're defending. They only know what they tell them. So if they only tell them, oh, he or she did X, Y, and Z, and that's why I did X, Y, and Z, but they won't say, I did X, Y, and Z to trigger X, Y, and Z to do such and such and such, you get to be the bad guy. So be prepared for that. Be prepared for a lot of people to not like you. And that's part of your healing journey. A big part of your healing journey is to fully accept that a lot of people would not like you, a lot of people will misunderstand you, and also stop giving a fuck what they think and think about what do I like, what do I want, what do I need, how will I feel fulfilled, because all of that is just noise that causes anxiety and distractions. The only voice that matters is yours. You feel like an outcast and feel rejected in relationships, or you might just feel like an outcast in the social settings of the person that you're with. Like you feel like you don't belong there, even though you feel like you belong with this person, but in their friend groups or social environments, you may feel completely alienated and like you're in the wrong room, like something's wrong. Also, people with this placement you usually thrive outside of your relationships. When you're not in a relationship, you're usually doing so well, achieving your goals, you're having your desires met, you're doing everything on your own terms in your own way, and you're growing by leaps and bounds. Which usually attracts the partners to you, because when you're in your full essence of yourself, you're usually not having sex, right? So like the sexual energy that everyone is attracted to that you have is being used for creative outlets and creative projects, and you have a certain glow about you because instead of your energy being siphoned by your partners, which is the sexual energy is what it is. So like if you're with a partner and they are lacking that, or they are self-sabotaging and they haven't healed that part of themselves, and they see you with all of this sexual energy, which is also creative energy, and you start engaging in sexual activity with them, and you feel drained and you feel less creative and you feel like you're not doing as much as you used to do, and you start to mold yourself into who they are instead of standing in your own power and truth, you end up deteriorating as a person and like making yourself small when you should be loud and proud and like creative. As whatever you want to be, you should stand on that 10 toes down. But the problem is, this placement is like with Lilith is a deep yearning. It's the subconscious yearning and desire that you usually don't vocalize. So when this part is unhealed, you end up doing the opposite of what you want to do, which is like fitting your partner's needs, trying to make their every desire met, and end up losing yourself and your creative power and sexual energy because they're taking away without giving, and they don't even realize that they're taking because you're freely giving it because you feel like that's what you should do to be a good partner to someone. How do you heal this? The best advice that I have for a person that has Lilith in the 7th house, if you don't want to be this way and you don't want to, one thing you can't control is other people's perception of you. So that sexual energy that you have, that sexual prowess, that's never going to go away. But what you can do is get to know yourself fully, and I mean get to know yourself fully. Stay single, don't engage in casual sexual encounters, because if you have displacement, you're usually if you have displacement, more than likely you enjoy sex well above the average person, and it can become addictive, and it's not that addictiveness is two things. It's the act itself and being able to fully show your shadow side and release all of your sexual desires in a safe space, and also it's kind of a distraction from it's siphoning your creative energy, because when you're not having sex, you're doing creative projects, and when you are having sex, all you can think about is sex. So to avoid that, try your best to stay away from engaging in sex with someone else. You can self-pleasure. It's perfectly fine because there's not someone taking away. And if you are with someone, make sure you're feeling replenished. Make sure they're giving back to you. If they're not pouring back into you, cut it off, because it's your job to make sure you get your needs met. The more you pour into yourself, the more you show up for yourself, the more you're your own partner, the less anyone can come into your life and fuck that shit up. Like, you're the only person that can be your backbone, your rock. It just is what it is. But yeah, so like, in order to heal, like once you heal this part of yourself of like wanting to have your own desires met and wanting to be seen and heard and valued, that starts with making yourself feel seen, making yourself feel heard, making yourself feel valued. You're able to put healthy boundaries in each relationship that comes after that, and you're less likely to end up the girl that's in a love triangle. You may still attract people that leave their partners for you. You have no control over that unless you're one of the seventh house placements that is manipulative and tries to do that on purpose. Most of us are not. Most of us actually just want healthy, harmonious relationships, hence the Libra energy, because we don't want drama. We want peace at all times. So when drama comes along, just know that it's a sign that something's not right. Thank you for watching. If you made it to the end, I fuck with you so hard. Like, you did not have to watch this whole video, but if you watched it, please like or subscribe, give me a thumbs up. And also, if you have any suggestions of what you would like me to talk about next, comment it below. I appreciate you guys, and I have way more content coming. Have a good day and take care of yourself.
Purdue University Global. Apply now at purdueglobal.edu.
What's up, everybody? This is A Force of Nature, Spiritual Awakening, and today we will be discussing Lilith in Libra. But first, we're going to break down what Lilith is. In your natal birth chart, you can find Lilith. It will say Black Moon Lilith, or just plain old Lilith in your natal birth chart. But now, Lilith, what is that? In ancient mythology, Lilith was known to be Adam's first wife. It wasn't Eve, it was Lilith. And she wanted to rebel against Adam. She wanted to be the same as him, wanted to be his equal. And as a matter of fact, when they were both made, they were made from the ground up. He was made out of dirt, and so was she. And they both held within inside of them the same capacity, the same abilities. But now, Lilith was supposed to be more submissive. She was supposed to follow Adam's lead, which she did not want to do. And because of this, she was casted out of the garden by God. And then God went on to make Eve to be more suitable and submissive for Adam. So in the process of her being out in the world, Lilith, she was known to go around, sleeping with demons, being possessed by the devil. So pretty much, Lilith wanted to rebel against order. She wanted to rebel against the norm. She wanted to do her own thing. She was about revenge and chaos. She became very vengeful for these same exact damn things.
Yes.
She has a ruthless nature, Lilith, and she really wants to be able to explore her rawest sexual nature to the utmost, want to live life to its fullest. She is what will be known to be very unconventional. So traditional things are not going to be welcome from her. She's all about destructive, devious acts. This is Lilith. So now, Libra. Libra sign in general is a cardinal air sign. And Libra is about peace, love, harmony, tranquility, balance, justice, grace, being very much diplomatic. These are the traits of Libra. Libra is about creativity. Libra is ruled by Venus, the planet Venus. Venus is about love, creativity, harmony, and a lot of the things that I just said. Now, Libra is an intellectual sign, so they are very intelligent, but they are about things being very much fair, and they don't like things to be chaotic. They rather things go more smoothly. But now in this placement, because we could jump right into this, and this placement is something else. Lilith and Libra, men and women. These men and women have a difficult time connecting with people on the utmost level. This is going to be definitely a
Yep.
struggle for them because these men and women, even though they have all these beautiful traits of peace and harmony, love and creativity, justice and fairness, here in Lilith, Lilith does not really want this shit to go down that way. Oh, no, 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 no. Lilith wants Libra to rebel from all of that shit. Oh, yeah. And Lilith is also about really being destructive. So these men and women are very skeptical, very suspicious, very cautious. They look out for hidden motives. They look out for people that's out to get them. They always feel like somebody's out to do them dirty. Somebody's going to do them dirty. Somebody has done them wrong. And they can pick up on signs and get inclinations in their mind that people are really trying to do something devious to them. Oh, yeah, they can. These men and women can get involved in love triangles, be in love affairs that are very messy, very chaotic. A lot of things could be going on and taking place in their relationship dealings, and I'm talking about the intimate relationships. These are the type of men and women that can have on again and off again relationships with people. So they can be involved with somebody for quite some time and then want to break away, break free, and rebel against them. Want to go out and do their own thing. Want to explore something different. They could feel like the grass is greener on the other side for the moment, and then come to find out that it damn sure wasn't, and now they want to come back over here. And a lot of times, their partners let them come back. hmm Because these men and women, whether you know it or not, even if you do have this placement, but they're gonna know it. Oh, yes, they will. Lilith and Libra, these motherfuckers turn heads. They're beautiful. They're charming. They're sexy. They're alluring. It's something about them. Okay, on the outside, they're very pleasing to the eye. But now inside is something quite different going on with them. These men and women can be very selfish, men and women. And they can also have partners that are very jealous. Very jealous partners they can have. And the partners can also even be jealous of them. When these men and women decide that they want to go out and do their own thing, go out and better themselves, their partners and people that they have dealt with, even friends and family members, can look at them as they're not deserving of these things. Like these things are not or should not be owed to them for them to reap these rewards. So people could definitely be jealous of them, be backstabbing them. They can have people
Mhm.
that smiling in their face
Mhm.
and don't even wish them no damn good
Mhm.
behind their back. People that talk about them. Oh yeah, these are the type of people that people talk about all the time,
Mhm.
just the sake of just talking about them. Their
Mhm.
their names can be in people's mouths for absolutely no goddamn reason. No reason at all. People would just bring them up in conversations, put dirt on their names if they have done it or have not done it, and will make it seem like these people are the most awful, disgusting
Yep.
people that you have ever encountered and ever came to meet. This is how people will try to throw dirt on their names, make them to be the people that they are not. Okay. However, these men and women do have a lot of shit with them. Don't get it twisted and don't get it fucked up, because sometimes these men and women do look to argue with people, dispute with people, just have arguments. They can love to even argue. They can be manipulators
Mm-hmm.
and users. They can use people for their own selfish purposes, just wanting to do whatever the hell they want to do in order to obtain a goal. These men and women can be
Motherfucker,
very much
why is my shit not popping up?
uncompromising. It can be hard for them to compromise. It can be very difficult for them to really be able to let somebody else tell their truth, and their truth be true. So now that's an issue for them, because for them, they want to be right all the time. Every single damn time they want to be right, and they will go to the hell and hot water with you for you to understand where they are coming from. All right, they really do need to be aware of who their real friends are, because a lot of times people will cross them. People will step over the boundaries over them, will stab them in their fucking backs, and not think twice about doing it. And this can happen in relationships, family members. This can be on the job, and this can be in their intimate relationships. So all of these placements, uh, all of these places, it could definitely take on in this placement. Sorry about that. Also, these men and women can marry somebody for money, for wealth, just really wanting to be able to have what they need, the possessions that they gather up and accumulate. They can feel like, this is mine. And they can also get involved in partnerships with people. I mean, long ones too. They can be in relationship for a lot of years, several years, and then one day they could just come to the realization that this is not working anymore. I need to be free. I need to do my own damn thing, and they could just leave their partners high and dry. But a lot of times when they do this, the partners already in a mental state where things is overwhelming for their partners. Crisis situations, anything could have went on and took place where the partner could even be struggling, and this can be the same exact time where the Lilith and Libra person decides they want to make their move and move the fuck on, leaving their partners in damn near disbelief that they even did the shit. They can't even understand how you could leave me fucked up like this. Why did you feel like you needed to walk out and do me like that? You felt like you couldn't let me know, because this is the type of shit that happens, because when they feel like they need to make a move, they just do it when they feel like it. It doesn't have to so much be communicated to you at the very moment on why they're going to do it, because they can be very selfish. So to them, they're going to just make moves on how they want to make them. And a lot of times they don't feel like they need to give you an explanation. They don't have to tell you why they're leaving or why they left. But what they also can do is they can actually take money from people. Okay? And this can go, they can do it in friendships, especially if they're working on their lower vibration. And a lot of these things that I'm speaking on is definitely when they are on their lower vibration. But we already know that Lilith is about being destructive and things like that, and being on that lower vibration. It's your darkest side to your regular moon. Okay? And a lot of times your regular moon is going to be in a different sign. Okay? But however, it could be in the same exact one though. It all depends on your birth chart. But however, this is the darker side to that damn moon. So these men and women can get involved with people just for the sake of money, just for the come up, just to be able to be good for themselves. They can stay and be in a relationship with somebody and make the person feel like they're really completely into them, and they're not into them as much as the other person is into them. So this shit is tricky. This shit could go so many different damn ways. Oh my god. Mm-mm. But yes, they can marry for the sake of money, for the sake of wealth, for the sake of power, for the sake of fame, just being wealthy, just having money in their pocket, and the situation that they can be placed in could be a wonderful situation, but now it can also be a chaotic situation. And these men and women know how to deal under pressure. They know how to socialize with people, interact with people on so many different levels. But the thing is, they find it difficult to be able to fully do this in a productive way, because a lot of times their interactions come from not a give and take, but a take in nature. They're really here to take from you. Just take everything you have until you're fucking empty, until you're left damn dry. They
Damn.
can leave their partners high and fucking dry. High and damn dry. They can have a shisty nature to them. And they could just be in love with money, and money could consume their mind to the point where they will act out the most devious, devilish acts. It's just what the fuck it is. Shit.
The stronger lasts longer. Energizer Max.
So, yes, they could be sociopaths. And yes, they can be psychopaths also. Yes, these men and women can be on the fucking level of being a psychopath, because their minds